Hi everyone, my name is Jeannie, and I want to talk to you about safety with Walmart bags and their handles. June 21st, 2017, I had a bad accident. 100% my fault. And people told me not to leave these bags hanging up on the doors, at least one of the straps. And I did that, and this part here was on the floor and I did not see it. I walked out of the bathroom. My foot got caught in this while it was hanging on the door. I used this for laundry or whatever stuff. I had a shelf between the window and my stove, a metal shelf, one of those old slider printer shelves. It had metal on it. I had hit that with this side of my face. I clipped here, across my side of my nose, across my cheek, scratched the cornea in my left eye, and I clipped up here. 3 feet, the shelf was 3 feet off the floor. After I hit the shelf, my face hit the cement tile floor. My right knee hit the corner of the bathroom doorway and the cement tile floor at the same time. And about 5-6 minutes, I woke up and trying to figure out what happened. I couldn't see on my left eye. It was all blurry. And I was playing games on Facebook when it happened, and I just happened to take my glasses off, and when I fell, and I had a cut across here, but no stitches. It looked like I had stitches done, and I never did. And I could barely talk. My jaw, top and bottom jaw, was so much pain. And along my face, I thought I broke my nose, and because I had blood. And the scary thing was, I got up. I had to find my way from the bathroom, kitchen area, back to where the computer was, and then let my friends know on chat, before Facebook took chat off, let them know I had fallen, and they told me to call 911. And for me, not able to see my phone properly, I had it right up to my nose. And I called the person on the phone, which was a friend of mine, who used to deliver my medications. And I told him I fell and I need to go to the hospital. And he says, well, I'm in Enderby. And I called 911. I gave him the wrong address because I could barely talk. I called back again, said I'm at this address, and there were 10 minutes later they showed up. The two ladies that were in the ambulance, one of them told me it's my fault for the fall, which I agree 100%, and she refused to take me to the hospital. I had to fight with them, and finally said, please take me to the hospital. I don't know if I broke any bones in my face or in my body of how I fell. Finally, they took me to the hospital. The worst ride in my life, because I almost fell coming out of the ambulance. And they go, oh, stop faking it. And I said, I'm not faking it. And I get in the hospital, and they get me in to see the nurse. And I told the nurse of how I was treated by the lady at the ambulance had treated me wrong, and I was hurt by it and in extreme pain. This happened at 1:30 in the afternoon on June 21st, 2017. And the doctor checked me out. They did over 30 x-rays of my head and shoulder, this shoulder here, because I could hardly move it. And I had a heat phaser next to, behind the shelf where I fell. And I took a chip out of my phone too when I fell at the same time. And they had me at the hospital, and they gave me something to help with the pain. And the doctor comes in, said I had badly bruised my face and my whole face and jaw, and I had no broken bones. This time I didn't realize I had injured my knee until about 6 months later. And a week after I came out of the hospital, I was so scared to go down my stairs because I couldn't see proper. I called the eye doctors, told them there's something wrong with my eye. I fell and I can barely see out of it. And it's almost like you have 10 Ziploc bags all gathered together and you're trying to look through it and you couldn't see it. And my cheek was about to here, swollen. My whole face just puffed out. I'll add pictures to it in the as I go. And come back from the hospital, caught the bus. I was embarrassed to be on the bus because of my face. And I got home, and the meds they gave me at the hospital started wearing off, and the pain was 50 times worse than it was after I fell. And I got back home, and I told my sister I'm scared to look in the mirror of how bad my face looks. And she said, oh, it's okay, it's not that bad. And I looked at it and I started crying because the gash right here was the worst of all. And the doctor said I somehow managed to cut around the crease on the bottom of my nose. And if I were to hit it harder on this side, even harder, I would have cut part of my nose deeper, but I didn't. And I come out of the hospital and got on the bus to come home, shaking really bad for a good week of being scared. And then I went to see the eye doctor, and they did field testing, and I'll also put those pictures up too. And I only had 5% vision in my left eye from when I fell. And that was in July. I had the field testing done. And a few months later, they called me back to do another field testing, and they gave me some drops, or not drops, ointment to put on my eye. And it helped out a lot, but I still have difficulties seeing large spots or shadows in my left eye. And by the time I got to see my family doctor, they ordered a CT scan on my head, and I waited for results and went back seeing my doctor again, and he said I have to go to the eye doctors again, and they sent me to an eye surgeon specialist. And of course they had dilated both my eyes so I couldn't see straight if I tried. And a gentleman helped me on the bus to find the eye surgeon place. And of course, it had to be on my left side where I couldn't see. I had to use my right side to find my way around. And they did a whole pile of testing. I said my eyes are pretty much dilated for a good 2 days worth. And they did all different things and checking. And and I went to my family doctor. They wrote a thing for my doctor. And what had happened is when I hit here and here, there's a optic nerve somewhere in this area. And I had hit hard enough to give myself a concussion, plus the swelling of my optic nerve swelled up so bad that I couldn't see. And 6 months later, I'm beginning to start seeing better after that. And then about the same time as when I told my doctor, my knee is really, really sore, my right knee. So they did x-rays and that, and found out 2 years later, I found out I have a L1 tear in my right knee. And I went from walking normal to limping to crutches and to a walker. I was on the temporary walker, and my knee surgeon told me when I went to see him a year after the first one, told me, well, I need to lose weight, which I do know. And he says, I'm not going to do anything or touch you. Okay, no problem. And I had 2 physiotherapists. A lady, which I forgot her name, and the second one is Neil. And I met both of them, one in April, and Neil I met in May. And I was on crutches, and I had to go to my sister's wedding. Well, I gave up the crutches before that, which I wish I never did. And when seeing the knee specialist, orthopedics, or not orthopedic, prosthetics specialist. And he did a whole pile of testing on my knee, both legs, and that's when he discovered I had pinched nerves in both of my feet, which I didn't know. I thought I had gout. And then a few meetups with the prosthetic specialist, they did one of those 3D software scans of my knee, and I ended up getting my knee brace, and it has my initials right there, and also up here. But this knee brace is awesome. I love it. It works really good, except for on hot days. It likes to run away on me. I got my walker, which you can kind of see. It's there it is. The cat crate sitting on it. Sorry. And then I got my walker in the end of July, or middle of July, sorry. My knee brace I got at the end of August. And I was doing good, minus the walker does not like slush. It absolutely hates it. I've had the walker and my knee brace not quite a year yet, but they're very helpful for me. The walker is for balance, And the knee brace helps a lot. And it's scary. The fall had really changed my life because I'm not able to do things like normal. I'm be able to ride bicycles, which I'm not able to now because of my knee. I can go for walks up to 2.5 blocks and back without overdoing it. Before, I could go not even a half a block. I'd be so tired and exhausted from walking because of my knee. And the doctor said I have L1 tear, bone spurs in my both knees, and arthritis in my right knee. And I'm not going to get the surgery done because I want to prove to myself and to others that I can do it. I can go out walking around. It's just harder in the winter because the ice and brakes don't work on ice with the walker. I figured that out. I went sliding all the way down the bottom of the driveway in a corner store. And the owner and the lady in the Jeep, they helped me back up to the Jeep. They had to push me up the hill because I kept going backwards down. She drove me home. It was New Year's Eve, and we had wicked snow and rain. And I got home. I was shaking so bad, but I was calmed down about an hour or two afterwards. But the lesson is, don't leave stuff like this bag hanging off the door, one handle off the door, because it is extremely dangerous. You may think, oh, it's not that bad in that, but trust me, I have to live the rest of my life with the L1 tear in my knee, and there's a lot of things I want to do I'm not able to, but I'm going to keep fighting and working my way through to get better and work my way up. But just want to let you guys know, you have a good day and be safe, okay? Bye.